being removed.
Because actually you look at mature democracies, we have those who support government, there are those who oppose government, and there are those who've been elected within those parties that have formed government that still oppose what government is doing. And it is all hands on deck, including those who are opposing, those who are criticizing, to ensure that a country becomes better. Now, when you look at a situation where many have been turned to be puppet masters, rather they've allowed themselves to be the puppets, right? One asks the question, what's the bigger picture then in terms of making Kenya's politics and democracy work, where everybody's allowed to speak, and that should not be taken to mean that you are against the government, but correcting the government for the betterment of the people?
Yeah, the only way we are going to reroute our, nature of politics and how the mechanics of politics are going to work for the benefit of people is that we need to get and elect people with integrity. We need to move away from this trend of electing charlatans and criminals into parliament. It's on record. For example, there's a certain county I wouldn't want to mention, but I think you've heard that in the whole county, all the MPs, it's only out of about 7 MPs, only one has a degree.
He might know the county.
I might know the county.
Yes, there's a county.
Yes.
That out of the 7 MPs elected in that county, only one has a degree. So when you have all these charlatans getting into parliament, you will not expect that they are going to discharge their mandate competently, because in parliament you expect to read the Hansard, you expect to draft bills, you are expected to bring motions. So someone who has not gone to school well, it becomes impossible. Someone who is corrupt, when they get themselves into parliament, that person cannot work, because the government of the day can easily manipulate that person by simply pulling out his file and telling him that if you continue with this direction that you're taking, we are going to reactivate, your file, and you're going to find yourself in court taking plea. So that is how our competence in this institution has been watered down. So the beginning point is to ensure that as we move towards 2027, Kenyans need to interrogate. They need to, seriously check the person they're trying to elect into these offices. Because when you get people who have gone to school and people who are beyond reproach, it becomes very difficult for the government of the day to manipulate such kind of leaders. It becomes difficult for the government of the day to capture parliament when you have those kind of leaders in parliament, and they will definitely exercise their independence mind, and we are going to see competence, and we are going to actually have space for